Welcome to the 200 Proof Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Grayson Schutzman, and that is
Willie Bites.
And we are a general sports podcast going to be talking mostly NFL today because it's the NFL season, and we will probably get distracted and talk about something very random or multiple things. Guaranteed. Remember, this podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use 200 Proof Sports promo code. That's 200 Proof Sports, no spaces, to get $20 off your first free ticket. And as I always say, you can always just make a new email very quickly, make a new account, and get $20 off your ticket as many times as you want. And know they're not listening. So, we're going to start with the only game people care about. The only thing that mattered yesterday, I'm sure the eyes of the world were on it, the fighting Jaxson Darts.
The fighting Jaxson Darts. Jaxson Dart looked amazing.
Dude. So, yeah, obviously the Giants beat the Chargers. Yeah, you guys know what we're talking about. The Giants beat the Chargers in a huge upset. Jaxson Dart's first start. I was at the game. He scored on his opening drive and did not miss a single pass. They had no sacks. They had no tackles for losses, scored in their opening drive. It is amazing what not having Russell Wilson at your quarterback will do.
Yeah, it felt weird.
Did he?
Is this really the Giants?
The weird part that really felt weird was the blocking. Because Jaxson Dart wasn't getting hit. I think there was 1-2 sacks in the game.
Yeah, I mean, Jaxson Dart, elite athlete in a way, kind of like Daniel Jones, you know?
We don't speak that name anymore.
But no,
his name is Indiana Jones.
Dart, he was drafted for his athleticism and his arm.
And his mullet.
Obviously, the pocket presence is something that is going to develop over time, like any NFL quarterback. But I think it's amazing how much better your line can play when they're actually motivated and
when they like the guy.
Yeah,
and he's not. This is a league full of actual murderers, rapists. There's not so many murderers anymore, but rapists, domestic abusers, some really bad guys. But players just hate Russell Wilson the most.
Yeah, because he's weird.
Yeah, he's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
People will forgive so much if you're a good hang. I've heard, there are some guys that we know are awful in the NFL, but NFL players will defend him because they're like, he's cool to me. Russell Wilson must be the worst hang of all time. Thursday Night Football was just like the last week. It was Richard Sherman and Tony Gonzalez just spent the whole time shitting on him. He wasn't even playing.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not just the NFL. It's any sports league, business world.
Kyrie Irving.
Government. If you are a good hang, people will forgive war crimes.
Literally, yes. People forgive George Bush. I just want to remind you people what he did. He became president. We were attacked for the first time since Pearl Harbor. He then invaded the wrong country twice. Knowingly lied to us. Stayed there for years. Did not find the people who actually did 9/11. Actually protected the people who did it. And then ended his presidency with the greatest financial collapse of the 21st century. But everyone's like, but he's funny.
Yeah, good hang.
They're like,
now he paints in his spare time. Like,
yeah,
get mad at that.
He just paints dogs.
Yeah,
he's just a dumb little guy that you want to drink a beer with, even though he can't drink. And if he could, you probably wouldn't want to drink with him because it seems like he's just going to drive a car into your house. He did that.
Classy.
That was a great. But anyway, Jack, how cool is it that we get to all season watch Jaxson Dart throw to Malik Neighbors? Oh.
At least we got like one quarter.
We got 3 drives. and they were great. He did not have an incomplete pass the entire time Malik Neighbors was in the game. So those
You
three
know
drives.
what? And that's 3 more drives with a good quarterback and a good receiver than we've had in the past 10 years.
2016, Eli was okay, and we had Odell.
Yeah, Eli was.
He was hanging on.
I love Eli. Eli, if you're listening, I'm so sorry, but
I saw him on Sunday.
2016 Eli was barely hanging on.
He was hanging on. That's why we drafted Saquon. We thought that we were just running back away.
Right, one piece.
You don't need an offensive line. You just draft a running back. That worked out so well. Ashton Genty was good yesterday, but that's not going well for him.
You see that? What was it, like a 56-yard touchdown run?
Yeah. How cool would it be to watch with an average offensive line, Malik Neighbors, Jaxson Dart, and Cam Scatterboo all season? How fun would that be?
Fighting Cam Scatterboos.
The fighting Cam Scatterboos. What's a bigger tragedy? Malik Neighbors' ACL tear or the fact that the owner actually has cancer now?
ACL tear.
It's the ACL tear. If anything, his cancer is going to be good for the team.
Yeah.
There's this thing with all the rich people where every other generation is incompetent, and he's one of the he's the incompetent generation. So hopefully he gets taken care of quick, nice and painless. You don't want him to suffer.
At the very least, it'll be like what the Sphere did with James Dolan, where he was distracted by the Sphere for a few years, and the Knicks got good, and then as soon as the Sphere was finished, now he's back, and the Knicks are back to making terrible moves.
Oh my God. Oh, we don't. How many more weeks do we have until the NBA season, and we have to watch what's going on with the Knicks?
I think we've got like 4 weeks till the NBA season starts. I did want to talk about
Kawhi.
one thing NBA related.
Is it Kawhi? Is it more Kawhi stuff?
It's Kawhi. I mean, today was NBA Media Day. We got some good quotes from Kawhi.
That's something no one has ever said. No, you gotta laugh like him. Kawhi Leonard embroiled in one of the biggest scandals in NBA history, just saying nothing. He was born to be in on the stands in a testimony because he doesn't say anything ever. So it's like you ain't gonna say shit. He's like, I never have and I never will.
Matter of fact, I'm mostly blind in this eye and fully blind in this eye. I haven't seen anything in just about 20 years.
Can you imagine if Kawhi Leonard was like in the center of like a mob ring and he's like has to testify and they go like, are you gonna talk on them? He's like, I don't talk. It's not my thing. You don't rat? No, I don't talk at all, ever. I don't talk to my teammates.
Oh, unless you pay me $50 million.
He didn't talk to those people either. That was the whole thing. Didn't they asked him, the only thing I saw is they asked him why he didn't do anything for Aspiration, even though they paid him $48 million. And all he said was, they didn't ask me to.
Which, fair.
I don't do stuff if I'm not asked to do it.
Yeah. There are 3 things I wanted to talk about related to that. First of all, Steve Ballmer has been pretty adamant that in his stance that he was defrauded by Aspiration.
He is super. And billionaires always go with, you have to listen to us. We're billionaires. We got here for a reason. And then the second they're caught up in a fraud, they're like, I got scammed. I had no idea what was going on.
And he's like, oh, like they got me, like they got so many other people. Why then, in 2024, after Aspiration was in the throes of bankruptcy and under investigation by the federal government, not only did Dennis Wong invest, by the way, 1% owner in the Clippers, Steve Ballmer's college roommate. Why did he invest $2 million? But then also Steve Ballmer, through his foundation, donated almost $2 million to a charity run by Joe Sandberg, the CEO of Aspiration, someone who allegedly defrauded and humiliated him. Why did you donate $2 million to his charity?
These
Huh?
people were already under investigation for the FBI, and as somebody who gave them millions and millions of dollars, I assumed he knew that.
Or at least someone on his team did. Team
Yeah.
Ballmer.
When he's like, okay, we're going to put this money somewhere. And then they're like, okay, well, we got to launder it the long way.
Yeah. And I'd just also like to draw people's attention back to.
Wait, can I actually ask one thing?
Yes.
Do you think that they're going to get away with this a little more just because it literally happened the week the NFL started and the NFL just sucks up? Because I'm not seeing anyone talking about it on any of the, like you see like Pablo will talk about it, and that's kind of it. I'm not seeing a ton and like specific but like general sports media is not talking about it at all because they're just talking about the NFL.
Well, I think the dirty, not so secret is that the NBA is complicit in this. They knew. Adam Silver knew.
They were complicit. We found out recently they were very complicit in Tim Donaghy rigging games. They were the FBI came out and because they were part of this investigation, they said the last time we were investigating stuff in the NBA, our mistake was telling the NBA we were investigating Tim Donaghy because it actually made it almost impossible for us to find the other guys who were rigging games because they cracked down on it. So it's their solution to, oh my God, things were getting rigged wasn't, we need to make sure that doesn't happen and distance ourselves from it. It was, we need to make sure no one else gets caught.
Their solution was, shut the fuck up.
Fuck up. What, you wanted a Sacramento Kings New Jersey Nets finals? Fuck you. No, you don't.
So I think the order has come down from the NBA and large studio executives, ESPN.
And now they're on all these different networks, so they have sway with all these, and they just paid them $77 billion. So now they have sway with all of these networks.
That Steve Ballmer has the full support of the NBA, and that any discussion of this scandal, any investigation, is going to be met with stonewalling when it comes to getting insider access in the future.
This access shit, man.
And I'd like to.
Oh wait, one other reason I think that this is not getting as harsh as it should be is because people just like Steve Ballmer. If this was like James Dolan, they would be fucking executing him in like the NBA headquarters. They'd be pushing him off the fucking building.
I mean, Steve Ballmer is not only the richest owner in sports, he is, I think, the 6th or 8th richest man in the world.
It moves around a lot, but he's always between like 12 and 6.
Yeah, and he has, not only is he the richest owner in the NBA, not as only is he the richest owner in sports, he has enough money to buy every single other NBA team, and I'm pretty sure his net worth is more than every single other NBA owners combined.
Yes.
Okay, so
he's got a lot of money.
The NBA sees a huge payday in Steve Ballmer, and they're not.
He built his own stadium with like his own money and didn't ask for any money from the locals or from them.
Yep,
and it's awesome.
And I'd just like to say two more things about Kawhi. One, the NBA, I think it's the code of conduct, very clearly defines salary cap circumvention as setting up sponsorship that pays significantly more than the fair market value for the services rendered. Now, can you tell me, what is the fair market value?
For nothing?
For nothing. Is it $48 million? Because I want $48 million for doing nothing.
So I've asked a question about fair market value to a strict like libertarian capitalist before, and his answer to this will probably be, whatever they pay you. That's whatever the market is willing to pay you. So he got $48 million for doing nothing. So doing nothing, Kawhi Leonard doing nothing is clearly, by definition, worth $48 million.
And you know what? Based on his playing history and how much money he's made for sitting out games for injuries, I'd say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
and
constantly getting paid for not doing anything. That's like his thing.
finally, so if you paid attention to the aspiration deal, the total compensation was $48 million, $28 million in cash, and then $20 million in stock. And Team Kawhi was worried, as they should be, that the aspiration stock wasn't going to be worth $20 million because they were under investigation for fraud.
And it
So
was a
what did
fake
they
company.
do? One of the executives, I think it was Dennis Wong, personally created a put option for the stock that allows Kawhi to sell the stock at a fixed price, basically a hedge against the stock falling, which is super out of the ordinary for privately traded stock. Super out of the ordinary.
I didn't know you actually could buy a put option on a non publicly traded stock.
You can't. Someone has to write it for you.
Someone had to invent it.
I mean, it's been done before, but it's usually part of like a pretty complex like executive compensation package or something.
But
this is highly unusual. And
do you think they're just gonna throw Wong under the bus to save Ballmer?
Maybe. And by the way, $48 million is the difference in the salary that the Clippers were able to offer versus the Supermax that the Raptors were able to offer.
So he literally said, if I don't get this exact amount of money from you, I'm just going to stay in Toronto, which he probably wasn't going to actually do because he hated it there.
Yeah.
And he really wanted to play in LA where he's from, or I think he's from San Diego.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid. They were so brazenly obvious about it too. And like everyone else in the league, like there's some stuff from my owners where they're like, there's little deals, but there's nothing like this. There's like, yeah, we'll help you invest in a company and make money when that company succeeds. Or like, you can use our private jet to chill out in the summer or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not, here's just $48 extra million. Like
no questions asked.
Except for Mark Cuban.
Right. Why is Mark Cuban so interested in defending Steve Ballmer? I don't understand.
Is it because he is the only owner in the league that we know has done a similar thing?
I mean,
or do you think that Dirk Nowitzki? What happened is Dirk, when he was on the Mavs and Cuban owned the Mavs, made his own documentary. A lot of these players make documentaries about themselves. You never learn anything interesting about them. They show themselves in the best possible lights. But
just an hour and a half long highlight reel, basically. Yeah.
So it's Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki. W's in German. It's weird. Dirk. I think the documentary was just called Dirk. Sold his documentary.
Well, Dirk, the perfect shot.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sold his documentary to Mark Cuban, his owner, for $45 million.
Magnolia Pictures.
1 second. I just want to check. John Wick was made for half of that. John Wick was made for $21 million. They spent more money than the budget for John Wick on a straight-to-streaming documentary about Dirk Nowitzki.
I bet it did great in Germany.
I bet it did fine. There's not even 45 million people in Germany.
Yes, there are.
I think there's like exactly.
It's like 80 million.
Oh, it's 83. Sorry, most European countries are in the 40s. Like
England. I know geography.
Like France is like 65. What's England? England's got to be
like 60 something.
England's 57. Yeah, they're all Spain's. I think Spain's 40, maybe a little less. Doesn't matter. Anyway, no more Clippers.
Listen.
What
I don't know what's going to happen. This is so embarrassing, though.
I think what they should do is they should make Kawhi play 82 games. And then they should make Steve Ballmer watch basketball silently. And those are the punishments. He just has to be quiet, and Kawhi has to talk and play basketball.
I think Steve Ballmer has to be confined to like a soundproof glass booth at the games.
Put him in a straitjacket. So he's always doing this?
Yeah.
He moves his arms a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the Giants.
The Giants, I mean...
I'm excited because Jaxson Dart looked good, and that was against a really good team, we think. No one really knows in September who's good or not. I think what I'm going to talk about is, we'll get into this. Week 4 was the what the fuck week. The results of these games make no... Everything we knew... One second, let me pull up all the scores. Everything we knew about all these teams, or a lot of these games, just got completely befuddled by week 4. Like Vikings, Steelers, the Vikings coming off a big win. The Steelers had a good offense. The Vikings thing is supposed to be their defense, especially with Carson Wentz playing. Sucked. Commanders, Falcons. The Falcons just lost. The Commanders are supposed to be like title contenders. The Falcons just lost to the Panthers by 30. They were 30-0, and the Falcons beat the Commanders. The Chargers.
First game for Michael Penix Jr. where he's won and the other team scores more than 7 points.
Yep. Good for him. He's never done it before. Obviously, the Giants Chargers, we'll get back to that. The Chargers were supposed to be the best team. Herbert was supposed to be the best quarterback. He got outplayed by a rookie in his first start with a bad offensive line. Let's see. What else made no sense? The Panthers coming off a 30-0 win. The Patriots coming off of a loss. And the Patriots who have no offense. And the Panthers who were allowed 0 points last week. The Patriots put up 42 on them. It was 42-13. The Jaguars beat the Niners, but that was because of some injury shit. Ashton Genty played well. The Rams beat the Colts. The Cowboys, who were supposed to be awful, tied with the Packers.
Yeah, that Dak throw in overtime, that was crazy.
All right, back to it. Yeah, week 4 made no fucking sense. Or maybe weeks 1 through 3 was the bullshit. So yeah, Giants are going.
Bills was actually kind of close. I mean, at one point in the fourth quarter, it was 21-19 Bills.
Yeah, and that was in Buffalo.
Yeah, the Saints are supposed to be like the worst team ever.
I know, and now we have to play them next week with no Malik Davis.
I mean.
And that was supposed to be the easy game. I was pretty pissed that they started Jaxson Dart against the Chargers. I'm like, why don't you just wait 1 week and start him against a bad team we can actually beat?
So, which of these games do you want to talk about? I know I want to talk about Chiefs-Ravens.
We're going to talk about Chiefs-Ravens. Because our other segment is the Chiefs are fine. And who would guess? They got their one of their wide receivers back, and all of a sudden their offense looks good.
Yeah, what are Patrick Mahomes' numbers for this game?
I know he put up he was his first time scoring 4 touchdowns since October 2023.
Yeah, casual 25 completions, 270 yards, and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 sack.
It's amazing what you can do when you have a starting wide receiver.
Yeah.
A single one.
Yeah, just one. He did spread the ball around, though.
I don't have a ton of crazy stats, and a couple of them are from this game, so I'm just going to go through it real quick.
Go for it.
Crazy stats from week 4 in the NFL. Xavier Worthy led the Chiefs in receiving and rushing in the Ravens game. The Chiefs scored the most points in the game that they've scored in over 2 years.
Wow.
The Ravens gave up 37 points, and their average for the season went down. They were averaging giving up 38 points. Titans. Oh, okay. These are from the other game. Oh, the Ravens are only 4 games into the season, are missing over half of their starters. They are missing 13 starters out of 22.
Jesus.
Joe Flacco had negative fantasy points despite starting an entire game. And the Titans, who no one is paying attention to, who are doing some of the dumbest things I've ever seen. They have had 44 drives, 4 games, 3 touchdowns, 44 drives. They've only gone to the red zone 7 times. They've only even made it into the red zone. So in case you guys who just watch Red Zone are wondering why you haven't seen any Cam Ward, it's because he's literally never in the red zone. Or not literally. He's figuratively never in the red zone.
He's almost never in the red zone.
1 out of 6 times.
That's not good.
They've been in there 7 times. Second worst is the Saints. They've been in there 14 times. Third is the Giants, 15 times.
Yeah, I can't say I didn't expect that.
Yeah, well, we had Russell Wilson. But now we're going to be there at every play.
Every drive, every down.
Yeah, it's going to be first down. We're going to take it from wherever we catch the punt or the kickoff. And then second down is going to be first and goal.
Well, actually, I don't think the Giants are actually ever going to get into the red zone because we're going to score on the first play of every drive.
Yeah.
So...
Because it's either going to be a handoff to Cam Scatterboo or a throw to Slayton.
Is Sterling Shepard still on our team?
No, he's on the Jaguars. Robinson?
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah! Who needs Malik Neighbors? Also, I'm very worried that Malik Neighbors is super injury prone because it seems like he's super injury prone.
Yeah, to me, the only question is... when should we trade him?
Well, usually not when he has an ACL tear.
I think
you let him come back.
This offseason, we trade him.
No, I think you gotta let him come back because he's not gonna come back this season. You let him play like a couple games. You wait for one team to realize that you have no wide receivers, like the Chiefs last year,
or for a contender to get one of their receivers injured.
Yeah, you just. For the first 4 weeks of the season, you just spam shit to Neighbors, get his numbers up, trade him instantly, get an offensive line.
Yeah, I was thinking, wait for him to, rehab his ACL, release a couple of videos of him working out, looking good in practice, and then trade him.
You mean like the new Skinny Zion pictures?
Yeah.
Are you falling for Skinny Zion?
I've been hurt so many times, and I'm ready to get hurt again.
I want Skinny Zion to be real so bad. Not just
do you think he's on Ozempic?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you think it's actually gonna? It's actually 1. Do you think he's gonna stay skinny? And 2, do you think it's actually gonna matter? Or do you think his legs are shot anyway?
Oh, I don't know, man.
He also has a terrible goatee now.
Yeah, he looks weird.
Yeah, it looks really dumb.
I remember I saw a video that was like creepy Pokemon, and it was like a abandoned zoo, and there was a Snorlax that was starving, and it was like skin and bones, and that's what
he looks
like to me.
So Chiefs Ravens. We should talk about that game. The Chiefs are fine. Turns out having one of your starting wide receivers, just one of them, not even both, good for your offense. They scored a bunch of points.
Ravens having a top 5 quarterback in NFL history is all you need, really.
Yeah, and one wide receiver.
Yeah. And
this actually makes me way more worried about what's going to happen. If you don't like the Chiefs, you should be worried about what happens when Rashee Rice comes back. Because that guy whose name I can't say, he's pretty good. Starts with a TH. The guy who was playing last week. Now you have Xavier Worthy goes from the number 1 to the number 2, and Rashee Rice slots in. I think that's better. And then you got Hollywood Brown somewhere in there. Travis Kelce doesn't have to do as much. I think it makes the whole the offensive line doesn't have it to hold as long because Rashee Rice does those short ones over the middle. I think that completely changes. They're still not going to be able to run the ball, but it would probably be better because they'll have wide receivers. It just completely changes the whole Chiefs offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're a Ravens fan, you should be very concerned because not only do you have the worst defense in the league, it's you or the Cowboys. Not only does Derrick Henry look his age, I guess, he hasn't.
Yeah, my Derrick
Lamar
Henry take is
Jackson's
aging
hurt.
like fucking milk, isn't it?
I don't know. This feels weird because it feels like an offensive line problem because he's not leading the league. He's in like top 5 of contact behind the line of scrimmage, and him, Ashton Genty, and Scatterboo, these like tough runners, these big tough guys, they need a few steps. It's when they get a little momentum they can't be stopped. There's guys like Saquon who you can stop with momentum, but they're like agile and go around you. These guys you just gotta give them a few steps. And they're just not giving it to Derrick Henry right now.
I have a theory, or I have a take. My take is the Chiefs are basically the second LeBron Cavs.
So like the one that went up against the Warriors every year.
Yeah. And I don't mean that like they have
there was literally not a single
consider a super team, with LeBron, Kyrie, and KD, and Kyrie and Kevin Love. But week to week, game to game, this team very often looks very normal. Their defense is okay. Their offense is fine. I mean, it doesn't put up a ton of points like some of the great offenses we've seen, those Peyton Manning Broncos teams or the Tom Brady Patriots teams in 07.
Or the Chiefs before 2 years ago.
Or the Chiefs before 2 years ago. They find a way to win a lot of games, especially down the stretch.
And then they just turn it on in the playoffs and beat everybody.
And then in the playoffs, they flip that switch, right? And
I think the phrase flipping the switch was literally invented by those Cavs.
Yes, because they were like the 3 seed and everyone was like, yeah, they're clearly going to the finals. We don't give a shit that the Raptors and the Hawks have better records. Like,
it was always the Raptors and the Hawks. And we're like, the Raptors, the Hawks, the tiny Isaiah Thomas Celtics. That was their competition.
Yeah, it's clearly, these guys are going to the finals and they know and everybody knows.
Who was the second best player in the East during those LeBron second Cavs?
Probably Giannis.
Giannis started getting good about 2017, so that was really like 1 year of the LeBron Cavs. That was when he won Most Improved Player.
I mean, who else was there? You had
no one. It was really desolate. Yeah. Paul George was still on the Pacers, I think, for a little bit of it.
Yeah.
You had Isaiah Thomas on the Celtics.
I mean, you had Carmelo on the Knicks, I guess.
Yeah, he was getting a little old. And also, he sucked. Carmelo Anthony. We're Knicks fans. I don't know why people like that guy.
Yeah, no, he was terrible for the Knicks.
I don't know why so many Knicks fans are like, Carmelo Anthony was amazing. We love him here. I was like, I always hated him. He's one of the worst defensive players I've ever seen. He couldn't pass. Literally all he could do is score, and you can't name me a single player that's ever won a championship and all he could do was score. Like, Michael Jordan was a defensive player of the year. LeBron James is one of the best passers ever. Like, Nikola Jokic, great passer, great rebounder. Giannis, great scorer, great rebounder, great defender, also a really good passer. Magic Johnson, assistant scorer. There's no one, you could go all the way back. No one's only thing is scoring who actually wins.
Yeah. According to this Reddit post of best players from the 2015 NBA season, 10 of them are in the Western Conference. LeBron is number 1, and then the only other Eastern Conference player is Paul George at number 9.
Jesus fucking Christ. The gap between LeBron and Paul George is insane. But yeah, the Chiefs are fine, is what we're saying.
Totally fine.
The Chiefs are fine, and now they're only 1 game back of the Chargers. It's crazy how fast that flipped. And they get the next Chargers game at home.
Chiefs are fine.
The Chiefs are fucking fine,
They've been
guys.
the best team in the league for the past 5 years. Like, guys,
What's your problem? Like, why would you doubt this? We do it, and especially since their offense has fallen off, we've been doing this. This is the 3rd year of this. So like they lost Tyreek. The next year they still had the best offense in the league. That was and Pat Mahomes won MVP. Then they had the year with Kadarius Toney where they led the league in drops, and we're all like, this team sucks. It's all about the Bills. The Bills are gonna win. No. Then the Chiefs. And that was also the year the Chiefs did the first time the Chiefs didn't have the 1 seed. They went on the road every round and won every game and beat the Ravens and the Bills, or the Bills and the Bengals, whichever one. The next year was last year, where Rashee Rice and Hollywood Brown was supposed to fix their wide receiving core, and they got injured in like the first couple weeks. Or Hollywood Brown earlier, so they had no wide receivers. Same thing, no offense, was winning games by the skin of their teeth. Still have the 1 seed somehow, and we're like, this team can't win. Makes it all the way to the Super Bowl, beats them. Yeah. And now we're here again. Their wide receivers got hurt again, and everyone's like, no way this team can be good. They're losing games in September. People are fucking dumb.
how quickly they forget.
Literally. Guys, this was like 5 months ago. This is like, I don't want to get too political, but this is why I'm mad at all those comedians who are turning on Trump. And they keep saying, when I endorsed him, like Joe Rogan, Andrew Schultz, especially Andrew Schultz, is like,
Really bold to call Joe Rogan a comedian. Come on.
true. And they're like, this isn't what I voted for. And all they're like, he didn't campaign on this. He said he wasn't going to do this. Like the Epstein things, the treating, like the being too harsh on deportations, the tax cuts for the rich. I'm like, yeah, that all makes perfect sense that you didn't think he was going to do that. If it wasn't for the fact that he was already president once and did all those same things.
This is exactly what you voted for. I thought you were going to say you were mad at all those comedians for doing the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
No, they're heroes. They're standing up for what's right. All praise Turkey al-Sheikh.
What's right is the eternal glory of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Hail. They own this magazine. We are Saudi shills without getting Saudi money. This feels really bad.
Turkey, please fly us out.
Give us money.
Please. We'll come to Riyadh.
We'll come to Riyadh. We'll tell everybody how not anti-Semitic you are there.
If we have to, we'll come to a boxing match.
We'll see.
We'll pose with you ringside if we
have
to.
There's a really good one in November and December. I want to go to the December. The November one has bigger names. The December one is like all Japanese and Mexican guys. It's gonna be a bloodbath. I want to go to that one.
Here's an idea. Instead of all the ringside seats being taken up by old men in robes in Riyadh, how about 2 young,
handsome,
sexy, handsome,
well-endowed,
extremely well-endowed,
good at math,
eye candy men like us. So, to keep the viewers engaged.
Yeah. Like all the fights that aren't Riyadh, it's just like hot chicks with their sugar daddies in the front row. We can be those hot chicks.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll stop saying nice things about Saudi Arabia if you don't give me money or free tickets to stuff. I will start bringing up 9/11 again.
That's a promise.
Everyone's shitting on these comedians like, how could you do this after they did 9/11? The fucking head of Al-Qaeda was just at the UN, and the head of the CIA was just glazing him.
Well, now he's like the Minister of Defense of Syria.
Yeah, he's running Syria now. Yeah. And one of my favorite moments is the guy asked him, the head of the CIA asked him, so where'd you get the weapons to take over Syria? And the guy couldn't. This is a fucking terrorist, and he made him laugh. It's like, you know where we got it from you.
And technically, David Petraeus was the supreme commander of the forces in Iraq,
and the guy who's now the head of Syria was fighting against him in the Iraq War.
Not just that, he was his prisoner.
I didn't know that one. Can we just decide if we like Al Qaeda or not? So we created Al Qaeda in the 80s to fight the communists. We made them and gave them all the weapons and funding. Then they attacked us. So we're like, no, we have to spend 15 years and $20 trillion to make sure Al Qaeda doesn't run a country. And then they're like, but we're pro-Israel now. So we put them in charge of a country.
Listen, there's like multiple Al Qaedas now.
Meanwhile, all the Iraq war veterans are so fucked up. There were 4 mass shootings this weekend from messed up Iraq war veterans.
Yeah, they'll get over it.
They'll be fine. Well, they're dead now. They're all dead now.
Aren't they excited about all the boxing matches that Turkey is going to put on?
Yeah, everyone's criticizing that. Let's talk about Syria. Leave the Saudis alone. They have Mr. Beast World.
They have Mr. Beast World?
They have a Mr. Beast amusement park.
That's it, I'm going.
We're going.
Yeah.
Plus the stand-up festival, that's a stacked lineup. That's crazy
stacked.
Dude, it's like every comedian I'd ever want to see.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
It's the only comedy festival where if you bomb, you actually get bombed.
So anyway, the Ravens.
The Ravens are so screwed.
They're so screwed. I don't know how they fix this defense. Lamar Jackson's injured.
Yeah.
I don't think they have a backup quarterback.
No.
Yo, Shadur Sanders, one of the many reasons he should not have listened to his father, he toned down getting drafted by the Ravens.
He'd be playing right now.
And yeah, the reason was he didn't want to be Lamar's backup for 10 years. And he goes like, I don't think you realize how often Lamar actually gets injured. Also, he gets sick a weird amount.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, skinny running quarterback with elite quickness. He'll never get injured, right?
No. Those guys famously age well.
Yeah, they're like tanks.
Yeah.
He'll just hang in the pocket.
Cam Newton couldn't even make it like 5 seasons.
The only one who I think really was immune to injury was, and not even immune to injury, but he just didn't care about injuries, was Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, he would play with like a broken arm.
Yeah, his like left arm could be hanging like a limp from his body, and he would just, roll out of the pocket and throw the ball 80 yards downfield.
He was surprisingly mobile, especially when he was younger. For how ridiculously huge he was.
Extremely underrated quarterback in today's day and age, I think.
I think he's top 10.
No. Come on. Now.
He's got 2 Super Bowls.
Come on.
He was probably the 3rd best quarterback of that era. No, wait, Aaron Rodgers. I forgot about Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Brady. Yeah. Peyton. Yeah, whatever. So let's call that the same. They were drafted 7 years apart, so I don't think I could throw Peyton in there.
I put him on the same level as like Eli and Phillip Rivers.
I think Roethlisberger was the best of those 3 in that draft class.
Yeah, but he also had the best teams.
He did. He had really good defenses. He only has 1 Super Bowl MVP. Eli has 2. Peyton also 1 Super Bowl MVP. Eli has 2. Eli never got carried. Those 2 guys got carried by defenses. Eli did the carrying.
Okay, the Super Bowl 42 final score was 17-14. I don't think Eli Manning held the Patriots offense to 14 points.
You don't know that. He kept them off the field with long drives.
Sure.
Yeah. We should probably talk Packers Cowboys. We were all really excited to see a Micah Parsons revenge thing where they just destroy the Cowboys and Jerry Jones cries and is granted eternal life, so he keeps doing things like this. The Cowboys might just end up giving the money they were supposed to give Micah Parsons to their kicker because he's like the best player he might be the best player in the league.
This guy's a cheat code. Like,
is anyone in the league better at their job than he is at his?
The only one I can think of is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and he's not putting up Aubrey Graham numbers.
No. Like, you get to the 50 and he's in range.
It's fucking ridiculous. They beat the fucking Giants on a 64-yarder that could have been kicked from 80.
Put it this way: there are punts that are caught within his range.
That sucks. We gotta play that
So
guy
if
twice a year.
the team punts the ball away, they're like way backed up, punt the ball away, fair catch at like your own, 48,
Yeah.
and you're in range.
Yeah, it's really gonna be hard for the Cowboys. We all thought that this was the year they'd win like 4 games. It's probably gonna be hard for them to lose to like be a top 5 draft team, like to be a bottom 5 record, just by having a guy like you're gonna score on every drive. You only need to get 1 first down and you're in field goal range. Like if you're just putting up 3 points on every drive, it's gonna be really hard to be that bad.
And my question is like,
and that's
how many people in the world are capable of doing what he's doing?
Him?
I feel like most of the best kickers in the world play soccer.
Yeah, or they're in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, but the people with the potential to be the best kickers, they're playing soccer.
Ronaldo would have been a sick kicker.
You know who would have been an amazing kicker, apparently?
Who?
Giancarlo Stanton.
Really?
There's an interview with Jimmy Tatro, who went to the same high school as him.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the... You could have given me 1,000 guesses on who interviewed him, and I would not have picked Jimmy Tatro.
No. It's not like Jimmy Tatro is interviewing Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, they're just hanging out.
No. Someone's interviewing Jimmy Tatro.
About Giancarlo Stanton?
And they touched on it, and he said that Giancarlo Stanton, he like got to school his like freshman year. I guess Stanton was a couple years older, and he said that Stanton played tight end, and he was also the punter and kicker. And he said that he's never seen anyone punt a ball as high and as far as Giancarlo Stanton.
I would have loved to see. I think he may have made the right career choice. I think you make a lot more money as a Yankee. Or it's not a Yankee.
He's a Yankee.
Yeah, you make a lot more money as a baseball player than you do as a kicker in the NFL. Even the best kicker.
But my question is like, okay, this guy is amazing at kicking. How many high schoolers, how many college kids are looking at that? How many college coaches are looking at this and saying, we need this?
Yeah, and all of them? I'm looking at it and saying that.
Yeah, if you can do this, we're
going to pay you way more money than we should.
We're getting the entire soccer team in here. And if anyone can hit a 70-yard field goal, we're giving you $100,000 in NIL money. How about that?
It's going to be way more. They're going to be like $1 million cash prize. They're going to have the NFL, their NIL thing, just do a contest. And it's going to be $1 million cash prize to hit a 70-yard field goal. And then they're just going to sign that guy to the team.
Yeah. And so is this guy going to do to field goals what Steph Curry did to threes?
I hope not, because I think field goals were already getting too easy. If you remember, when we were kids, over 40 yards was considered hard.
Yeah, that was tough.
That's like a gimme now. Like, you get over 35, you miss. It's not you get mad at them for missing, but it's not guaranteed. Under that, you're supposed to hit it. But now it's like, under 50, if you don't hit it, you suck.
Yeah.
And like, you can hit most of them over 50. 60s is when we're start going like, oh, wow, good job. You only get credit if you hit it over like 55.
Yeah, so I don't know what the NFL is going to do. Maybe they'll change the rules, narrow the goalposts.
Narrow the goalposts. Someone said they should make it a box so you can't just go super high over it.
You know what I think they should do? I think they should install a giant fan to blow wind in front of the goalpost.
Just randomly blowing it out of the way. I think the kickers will eventually adjust for it. Or will the fan be on a different setting every time?
Different settings every time. And it has to be set like before the game. But
it has to be on like a fan rotation So you can't time it. You have to like you never know which way the wind's gonna be blowing when the ball gets there.
Every team can set up their own fan the way that they like it.
I think the easiest suggestion is just to get field goals out of the game. Because why are they in there anyway?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to become a problem when guys are just regularly hitting it from midfield.
Yeah, like what do you do?
We get like 4 more RB Grahams in the league. They're going to have to. Well, the fucking NBA isn't fixing their problem.
Yeah. What do you do when someone hits an 80-yard field goal?
Fucking, you turn the NFL off.
Yeah.
So yeah, Packers, Cowboys. Packers have a lot of injured defensive players. They got a lot of injured wide receivers. I don't think this is the end result. Jordan Love's a very up and down player. So that's really the big issue, but I don't think this is a huge. I don't think you should be too worried about them. They got an easy schedule coming up. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
The guys are going to get healthy. They'll be fine. The Cowboys.
They will not be fine.
They will not be fine.
Because their owner is Gary Jones.
They're going to. I think they might sneak into the playoffs just because so many disappointing teams.
It's too early to say, but.
I hope not.
I hope they do. So it gives the Dallas fans some false hope.
I hope the Packers win the Super Bowl, so the pick that they got is the last pick, and then they can get to the second round of the playoffs as always and lose, and then so their own pick is like 17th.
Yeah, perfect.
And they can't get anyone good. Any other games that are super interesting? The Colts. Poor Daniel. The day that we start Jaxson Dart, Daniel Jones has his first bad game. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Not terrible, though, outside of that. Outside of the turnovers. 24 for 33, 262 yards. Only lost to the Rams by 7 in LA.
Does he have any fumbles yet this year?
I don't think so. Because I think that was his first turnover. Tyler Warren, Penn State boy Tyler Warren, still killing it. Tyler fucking Warren. Jesus Christ, he's putting up crazy numbers.
Where is he?
He's on the Colts. He was the Penn State last year, went 3 games in a row without throwing to a wide receiver. And there was a game where Tyler Warren was targeted 18 times.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was the semi-finals. That was the semi-championship game that I was at. We did not throw a single ball to a wide receiver. We threw a couple screens to our running backs, and everything else was Tyler Warren. I wonder how we lost that game. I think they may have figured it out. Yeah, mostly this was just a very weird. I mean, the Patriots put up the Texans. Everyone looks good against the Titans. God, I wish we got to play them. The Jaguars 49ers game was a super, super weird game. Brock Purdy was clearly still injured, and the only reason he was in there was because Mac Jones got super injured, and they didn't have a third-string quarterback.
This Niners team might be the most injury-prone team. Like, what are their training staff doing?
I have no fucking idea what they're doing. It's insane. They're also injured for a super long time. Like, how is Brandon Ayuk still out? He got injured like week 2 last year.
Yeah.
And he says he's not.
He tore his Achilles in the finals, and he's back on a court practicing.
Yeah, he might play in like March. And then, what the fuck? The Jaguars, it was basically they can't stop the run. Travis Etienne had 124 yards. He averaged 7 yards per carry.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Aaron Rodgers had like the game of his life in Dublin. Or like, not the game of his life, but the game of like this post being good Aaron Rodgers. This of his post Packers life. Yeah. And he had 200 yards and 1 touchdown. So he was fine. That game made no sense. Also, no one watched it because it was on at like 6 a.m.
Yeah, why Dublin?
Because they did it in London a bunch of times, and apparently Irish people do like the NFL. The UK is really into the NFL. They haven't really been the UK and Germany a little, and they haven't really been making any inroads with anyone else. Like Brazil, we've done 2 games there now. They do not give a shit.
I would think any country that likes rugby would like the NFL.
Yo, they should do one in fucking. That would be a fucking nightmare though. But Australia would probably love the NFL.
They would. Yeah, NFL like Sydney.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, but it's like a 18-hour flight.
Yeah, not only is it, they would have to have it. Both teams would have to have buys the week before or the week after. They would have to have buys, and when would they do the game? Like I'm trying to think. Like 18 hours. When can you reasonably do it? Where it's at a time there where people will still go, and at a time here where people can still watch.
I think it would have to be like.
Not that they care that much because they're putting it on at 6 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, you would have to do it at like. I don't know. 9 a.m. there, and then it's like 9 p.m. the next day here or something. Like
it would be 9 a.m. there. Fuck, this is so hard.
Yeah.
In Sydney is what in New York? I fucking hate this. Okay, yeah, no. If they do it at 9 a.m. there, 7 p.m. start time in New York. They could do it at 10 a.m. Start it at 8 here.
Yeah.
And but in what day is it? Yeah, that's why they need the buys, because this game is going to be like on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or it'd be like
you have to time travel.
Yeah. Fucking. There's gonna be those players are gonna be so jet lagged. There's gonna be like 11 turnovers. We got anything else?
You want to talk about Terrence Crawford?
He's so fucking good. Oh, all about that.
Yeah.
So the entire city of Omaha had a giant celebration for Terrence Crawford, his championship celebration. Whole city came out. He loves Omaha. He's never left. He's probably the biggest celebrity there, him and Warren Buffett. Yeah. And so he was thanked by, on his way home from the celebration that the city threw in his honor, he was arrested by gunpoint by the police department for having a gun in an open carry state. Having it legally. Have you ever noticed this open carry stuff doesn't apply to black people?
Well, to be fair, it wasn't just he had a gun. It was the police officer saw a loose gun on the floor of his car.
Where do you keep your guns?
I don't know, in a secure location.
Like in the glove box, at least?
In the glove box, in a holster. There are like cup holder holsters, I'm sure that they make. Guys.
Just put it in the cup holder.
If you're going to have a gun, do not leave it on the floor of your car.
Wait, I just want to point out, though, first black athlete in history to register his firearms, and he still gets arrested.
Yeah. Can't win.
You can't win. He's the first black athlete, or he's the first black celebrity to register his guns.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure it was his gun. It was probably from his security.
Yeah, it was some guys in the car. I think there was 2 guns.
Yeah.
And yeah, they arrested him at gunpoint, and now they have to investigate the police department because it is in fact an open carry state, so you can't arrest people just for having open firearms. So then they're going to have to be like, well, he was black.
Yeah, sorry, we thought this was a normal black guy, not Terrence Crawford.
This is Oklahoma, and he was black. I think we were doing our duty.
Yeah, so like we're done here, right?
I think their punishment is they should have to go 3 rounds in the ring with Terrence Crawford. No headgear.
No headgear is a death sentence.
Okay, 1 round. Everyone involved with this has to go 1 round with Terrence Crawford.
1 liver shot.
Oh, dude. 1 overhand right to the chin. Overhand rights are brutal, man.
Yeah, to the temple.
If you time those things right, they just are like erasers.
Yeah. You have your whole body weight behind it.
Actually, what they should do is they should all have to wear on their uniform like a big shirt that said, "I'm the cop that arrested Terrence Crawford," and just walk around Oklahoma with it.
Then in the other guys,
Oh, Nebraska. I don't know why I kept saying Oklahoma.
the
Omaha, Nebraska.
cop that shot Derek Jeter.
You shot Derek Jeter. He's a biracial angel. You should have shot A-Rod.
Yeah, guy's an asshole.
No one fucking likes that guy.
No. Weird guy.
Now he's the owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Part owner.
Yeah. But that was my favorite underrated NBA story. We'll end with this. So I don't know if you remember this. The Minnesota Timberwolves owner sold the team to A-Rod and whoever else for like $1.4 billion. And then he realized like a week later, another team that was a smaller market than him sold for like $4 billion. He's like, oh shit. And then like the next year they got the media rights deal that was $77 billion. So he immediately tried to pull out of the sale. They went through like a 2-year lawsuit because he undervalued his fucking team by like 75%.
Too bad.
Fucking idiot. Did he just take the first offer? Did he not even look into it?
Yeah, I mean,
their revenue is probably more than that.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess he was like, it's the Timberwolves. Like, we're going to be awful forever.
It was also the year that they drafted Anthony Edwards, I think. No, it was the year after.
And to be fair, they did spend 5 first-round picks and a max contract on Rudy Gobert, so...
They also lost a bunch of first-round picks on doing the Kawhi Leonard thing. If you ever wondered why Kevin Garnett had to leave Minnesota, it was because they did the Kawhi Leonard thing. And they put it in writing that, like, we're doing this to circumvent the cap.
Yeah.
I think that was the same owner.
I wouldn't be surprised.
This guy might be dumb. We have to start IQ testing people before they buy teams. You got to be above 97, man.
Guys, here's a tip. If you're ever committing crimes, don't write it down.
But then how am I going to keep track of the crimes I'm committing?
Just keep it in your head, okay?
Fucking don't put it in a legal document.
Don't put it in a Google Doc.
We're doing this for
fun. And leave it in your desk.
It wasn't even a secret. It was part of the contract.
Guys, these things always get out.
Fucking idiots. I don't know how many weird I feel like the way that the NBA owners are acting about the Kawhi Leonard thing is that none of them are doing anything as nearly as egregious as they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think like we're missing a ton of these, but I don't know. We gotta get Pablo on these other teams.
It's like when you get caught smoking pot as a kid, and instead of punishing you, your parents are like, "Don't let me catch you again."
Yeah, like, not what happens.
Yeah, just be more careful.
I really hope Pablo Torre does not look into why Jalen Brunson took such a big pay cut to play for the Knicks.
Oh, he's already looking into it.
God damn it, Pablo, stop!
Sir, another Pablo Torre podcast has
Pablo,
hit the South Tower.
Pablo, can you look into the Pacers and their black magic? Look into the deal that they have with Staten.
Pablo, can you look into the Philadelphia Eagles and why they're allowed to have the best players in the league?
Yeah, why? It's not fair that they have 10 of the 10 best offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? They don't even need all those guys. One guy goes down and all of a sudden another all-pro shows up. What the fuck? There's only like 8 good offensive linemen in the whole league. You're supposed to have 5 of them, and there's 32 teams, and they have all of them. There's like no good... Well, who's it? Like, the Bills have a good offensive line. The Chargers had one, but they got injured. Who else has a good... The Colts have a good offensive line, and that's like it. That's like all the good offensive lines in the league.
Greedy.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
We should have to break them up like we should, like it's an antitrust violation.
Yeah.
Can't have a monopoly on good offensive line players.
We'll have a team in Philadelphia. We'll have a team in Wilmington, Delaware. Pablo
Torre can help us out with this. He knows Lena Khan. He has Lena Khan on the podcast every once in a while. She loves breaking up. She loves doing antitrust stuff.
Hell yeah.
Get her on this. She's not busy.
Book it, Pablo.
Book it, Pablo. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and there's going to be another Pablo episode. He's like, I found another thing.
Actually,
turns out
we've been looking into Grayson Schutzman.
No, it's going to be about the Kawhi thing. Fuck off. It's gonna be like Steve Ballmer has I circumvented the cap tattooed on the underside of his ball sack. It's just
How did you find this out? Don't ask.
But what he did is he got Steve Ballmer drunk and asked him if he had any tattoos.
Good strategy.
You ever want to see someone's ball sack? You get them drunk and ask if they have any tattoos.
I will keep that in mind. That's a clip right there.
That's a clip. Clip it. Me in the future. I think we should end it there on Steve Ballmer's tattooed nutsack.
I love it.
All right, 200 Proof Sports at SeatGeek. Give us money. Saudi Arabians, give us money.
Start fights in the comments.
Start fights in the comments. Be mean.
Make it personal.
Be very irrational and mean. Only black and white things, no nuance, all caps.
Start a race war.
Start a race war. Our best clip is still the Josh Allen Lamar Jackson one, and that's just a race war. All of our comments are very divided on racial lines. Crazy. Anyway, have a good one, everybody. Like, subscribe, rate. I think rating is one of them.
Yeah.
Start a fight in the comments. Send us money. You could I'll put our Venmo in there. Just send us money.
If you are part of the Saudi royal family, send us money.
Please send us money. I have so many nice things to say. All right. Bye-bye.